I am the eye is a Hooponopono tool. It helps us clean. It helps us to open, to come from a pure heart. As I always tell you, that doesn't mean that you're not going to encounter problems. Yes, but we always said, what would have happened if I didn't clean? Yes, or I didn't come from a pure heart. So I am the eye. If you're in a safe place and you want to close your eyes, or if you want to say it with me, I am the eye. I come forth from the void into light. I am the breath that nurtures life. I am that emptiness, the hollowness beyond all consciousness. The I, the id, the all. I draw my rainbow across the waters, the continuum of mind with matters. I am the incoming and outgoing of breath, the invisible, untouchable breath. I am the incoming and outgoing of breath, the undefinable and untouchable breath, oh my goodness, what's going on? I got distracted with some messages. my intellect got on the way. I'm gonna start all over. I am the I. I come from the void into light. I come from the void into light. I am the breath that nurtures life. I am that hollowness that. Oh wow! I'm gonna read it. I don't know what's going on. That is interesting. Every week I say it. Yes. Today I have to read it. Okay. I will find it. I just find it interesting. Maybe I was saying it in English too much. I come forth from the void into light. I am the breath that nurtures life. I am that emptiness, that hollowness beyond all consciousness, the I, the id, the all. I draw my bow of rainbows across the waters, the continuum of minds with matters. I am the incoming and outgoing of breath, the invisible, untouchable breath, the undefinable atom of creation. I am the I. Okay, I clean. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much again for being here. So I prepared something about emotions just to make you aware. I think sometimes it is important. I heard today something that I love. You know how I always tell you to be the observer? You know that you are not your thoughts, that you are not your beliefs, your opinions and judgments, and how we need to become the observer, and separate a little bit from that. And today I heard something beautiful. When you actually become the observer, it's like you lean, you take some space, yes, to become the observer. And where are you leaning? The universe, yes? So now you can see as God sees, as the universe sees, when you put some distance, when you don't identify with that. Yes? So very, very important. And I thought it was beautiful. So no wonder why it's so important, yes, to be able to observe, to become the observer, not to engage or identify with those thoughts. Tomorrow we are offering a class in Spanish of I am, yes? And one of the things that I've been also preparing, for this class is so important to watch what we say. Like, for example, in the fear class, I was talking about the words that we shouldn't use. They shouldn't be in our vocabulary, the things that we shouldn't say, yeah, because they are detrimental for us. But also what we put after I am. When we say I am obsessed, I am depressed, I am this, I'm that, it's so important. And I was actually walking on the beach, and I got the message of I am who I am. I mean, we are always trying to be somebody else, to please people, to get approval and things like that. And we just have to be ourselves. I am who I am. And some people will like it, some people will not. I have to like myself. I am who I am. So watch what you put after the I am. Very, very important, because somehow you are kind of caving something for you. Yes, something that you don't want. You don't want to attract, you don't want to manifest that, and you are not that. That's the most important. Okay, here is the reality. We haven't been taught how to process our negative emotions, at least not in a healthy manner. Why? Because we've grown accustomed to either suppressing them, for instance, when we were kids, whenever we cried, we were instantly pushed to stop crying. Yes, this is not okay, shut up, go to your room, you know, or yeah, and we still do it with our kids. Yes, some of you have small kids, I understand, because I'm a mother and I was a mother of two boys. So I know. So we all do, but it's important for us to know this. And maybe we can do better with our kids. Or, okay, so we were instantly pushed to stop, or personifying them so intensely until we were consoled or comforted by others. When you fail something and you take it to heart, you're usually comforted by those around you and encouraged to just forget it and move on. So sometimes we use it to manipulate, yes, to get people to feel sorry for us, or take care of us, or things like that. So that we are not happy even when we get it. Okay, so that manipulation, those things that we do, uh, don't work. But here is the biggest culprit of all, because we don't know how to process our emotions. We fall into the trap of clinging to them. And so they become an integral extension of who we are. Hence, we mistake our emotions for our identity. We allow them to define us. So important to pay attention, to be present, to watch what we say, and even what we think. Emotions are an essential part of what you are, but they are not who you are. Yes, they can be messy, complicated, and confusing, but they are not there to control your life. They are there to guide you forward on your path. Emotions can be as unfamiliar to you as as a foreign word on your tongue. But it's only as you deepen your understanding of your emotions, especially the difficult or negative ones, that you begin to prevent yourself from dwelling in your emotional upset and plunging deeper into a depressive state. See, this is something that we somehow take ourselves there. Yes, it's something that somehow many times we choose. Yeah, because we give it the power, we give it the control. Rule number one, there are no good or bad emotions, only good or bad reactions. That's what we talk all the time in Hooponopono, yes? We work on our reaction to the problem, not the problem itself. Or we don't do it with the expectation that the problem will disappear. We do it to be at peace, and when we react, we are not at peace. The first thing we must both realize that they are no good or bad emotions. We tend to label emotions such as anger, jealousy, sadness as bad, and emotions such as happiness, excitement, or inspiration as good. But the truth is, both positive and negative emotions are essential to our well being. We've been doing ourselves an incredible injustice by not allowing ourselves to fully experience either end of the spectrum. Yeah. And we are always looking for balance, yes? No extreme is good. Emotions aren't good or bad, they just are. Emotions are automatic reactions that manifest in our bodies and body as we are triggered by external stimuli. Yeah, so something happens and something happens. Something happens and triggers something in us. Yes, but that's innate. Okay, because we are going to see that emotions and feelings are not the same thing. And that's also something important to know, to be able to identify them and understand them. So we have no control over them. So something happens, yes? But where our true power lies is in how we respond to them, is on how we behave after we feel what we feel. What we do have control over is how we allow our emotions to impact us. Okay, so again, there is no good or bad, but how we react. Consider anger for a moment. It's perfectly fine and normal to feel angry. Anger often helps us identify our boundaries, what we will and won't accept in our relationships and situations. And sometimes we allow it, yes, but we should have it as a warning, warning, not okay, yes, and being able to say no and put limits. When we feel angry, it's because someone crossed the line. So anger is neither good nor bad. How we respond to it and the way in which we behave when we feel it is what can be considered as good or bad. So how we manage it. Are you becoming defensive? Are you yelling at everyone around you? Are you smashing glass on the floor? Is every little thing around soaking up your frustration? Or are you mindful of this behavior and carving out the much needed space and time to process what was said and done? Sometimes we have to take that time, and the cleaning helps us with that. Yeah, time is very useful in those moments where we can reconsider things. We can also lean, yes, and put some separation, being able to observe. What of happiness? What if happiness? What of happiness? I don't know if this is a translation. I don't remember. The good emotions. Say you are promoted. O sea, what about something that is good? Yes, it also depends on your reactions. And here gives an example. Say you are promoted to director at work. You are going to feel so happy about it. But there are two ways you can respond. You can enjoy the moment, feel more fulfilled, motivated, proud of your own accomplishments, and be grateful for the advancements in your career. Or you can become very arrogant and judgmental. You might start thinking you are better than those around you. So you start putting people down and burning your previous relationships. So again, there is no good or bad. It's your reaction to the good or your reaction to the bad. As you can see, there are no good or bad emotions, only good or bad reactions. All emotions, regardless of their intensity, are natural and okay, but it's what we do next that matters most, how we process them and respond to them. While many of us falsely label emotions as good or bad, there is another great misconception we must also address: the difference between emotions and feelings. Emotions and feelings are two words you probably use interchangeable, but truth is they are two separate things. So emotions are messengers. It is the wisdom inside us. Like, for example, Okay, being afraid of fire, yes, because we know we can burn ourselves and we have the emotion. Now, if you go to the other extreme and you cannot even look at fire because something happened to you, yes. So it could be something that is saving you from something. So an emotion, it could be, something wise in you. Feelings are the way you perceive your emotions and the meaning you assign to the emotional experience you are having. So this is very important because many of our actions, reactions, and everything has to do with the thoughts that we put to that emotion. Okay? So something happens and we start with our stories. All right, the videos, the movies that we see in our mind, that we watch in our mind, the stories that we tell, the radio that doesn't stop. And the thing is, what happens is after that comes your action. And because of your action, the results. And most of the time, the way that we react, the way that the action that we take produces results that are the contrary, or exactly the opposite of what we were looking for. And at the end, we are hurting ourselves. We are not hurting anybody else. We are just hurting ourselves. So important. So next time, take that time, put that space, lean, yes, observe before you react. Because if you look, because I could invite you right now to think of something that happened to you this week that you reacted. So if you can actually look at the situation is always neutral. He told me, he did, she didn't, whatever. Um, so what was the thought? What was the emotion? Yes, first, and then, the thought that came. Yes. And how did you act because of that? And what was the result? So now, what if you go back and you said, I could have thought in the same situation or something, I could have had a different thought. So if you change that thought, what would have been the action? And what would have been the result? And you will see, and I bet that if you are willing to do it, you are going to see that the result is exactly the opposite. Only because you change the thought. So important. Again, to put some, take your time. Yes. The cleaning helps you with that. To be as neutral as you can, to be able to see it as God sees the situation. Know that everybody is kind of a messenger, an angel, a teacher. Yeah. Everything and everybody in your life is like a teacher. It's giving you this opportunity to set yourself free. So it's up to you. Yes. So we need to know we are in school. Earth is a school. And we chose to be here. Yeah. And in these times, because we have something to contribute. I just want to ask you to please realize that we are not doing this for ourselves. This is important. I don't know when this message came to me, but it was a couple of months ago. I don't know if it was during a trip or something, but this is very important. Don't do it for the material things, for the everyday things, for the things that your intellect thinks is important. Just know that we are really doing it for the next generations, and we owe it to them. And this is so huge, so huge. And you can be living in a completely different reality. You could have said, yeah, these 2 years we couldn't travel, we couldn't do or something. And I can tell you, I travel. I did seminars. I mean, I present the seminars, in person, and everything. I mean, not the same as before, but I did. So you understand that we all create our own reality, and I'm not putting myself as a good example. It's just one example, so that you can see how a lot of things could be happening. Yes, but you are creating your own reality, and that has to do with your reactions and what you believe and you don't believe. And I hope you're not watching TV. I mean, at least not the news, okay? Please. And know that you have the power to create your own reality. Okay, let's see what I have a question here. Mabel, can you tell us something more about the situation when we do something new and great and it happens that the shit hit the fan and we got critics? I suppose that we need to clean more. Mary Soleil, or Maria, yes? Um, well, what it comes right now when you ask me that is, remember my story? Because I think you've been in my training in Croatia or Serbia, I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember my story when I did my last TV show in LA, that I asked God for a sign, because I said it's a lot of money, it's a lot of effort, time. Okay, if I have to do it, I'll do it, but I need a sign for this one. And I even told God what sign to give me. I said, okay, if it's, I know, if it's, what you can do is, if it's not right, I shouldn't get the contract from the TV for whatever reason. Yes. So I don't get the contract. I know I didn't have to do it. But if I get the contract, I'll sign it. Because that one. And the next day, Ihaliakala was meditating, and after he came and he says, I wasn't thinking of you or your TV show, but I heard divinity very clearly said, tell Mabel to do the TV show. Okay. And Ihaliakala didn't know that I was thinking about the TV show. Nothing. I didn't tell him anything. Okay. I just had a conversation. I remember it was, I think, or a Friday or a Saturday, and Sunday, I remember Ihaliakala said, he came, he says, I need to talk to you. And that's what he told me. And I went all the way with this TV show. Okay, money wise, production, I mean, everything. And even my producer said, but Mabel, you understand what you're getting into? Yeah, we have God on our side, but we don't have to worry. And no one penny came. Okay, even though that I know him, and everybody loved the show, and it was really very well produced, and etc. etc. And and it's a whole story, because it was very interesting. A month passed by, no money. I asked Ihaliakala, could you please meditate and check if I'm doing this right? Or I'm something maybe. And he meditated and he said, I hear that you can leave your TV show today. He said, because what you needed to correct spiritually, you already done it. So you can let go. And then that's when my intellect got in. I said, what? After all the money I put and everything, I'm sure the sponsorships are gonna start coming in right now. And I went another month. So guess what? The first month, it was my money, savings. The second month, I got a loan, a line of credit. Okay. I got in debt. Yeah, my intellect. And I was told, yes. I asked, I was told I could leave it. Okay. So why am I saying this? And actually, I knew what I corrected, what happened, because I did the show, because Ihaliakala got it in meditation, and he told me I saved my son's life. Okay. So sometimes if you would have Maria, the whole thing, okay, the whole information. Yeah, you say, how come I did this and I got critics and this and it went wrong, and what does it mean? Yeah. Well, sometimes your intellect will not know, but you have to trust. You have to trust your own inspiration. Yeah, that was the right thing to do. Now, this is what I'm trying to say, that it is right, that even God tells you very clearly that you have to do it. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That means that you will have opportunities to clean. That's why you have to do it. Because of the people you are going to work, the people that are going to cross your path, the people that are going to make it hard on you, or the people that are coming to help you. Yes, because you, as you owe things to people from other lifetime, people owe to you too. Yeah, so some people come to you, to pay you back, and some people comes for it because you have to pay them back. So just trust, just keep trusting your inspiration, because you never know. Maybe you are saving somebody's life, and and if you knew it, would you do it? Yes, yes. So sometimes we'll never know, but just trust. Um, let's see. And I invite you guys to come to my Q&A, my monthly Q&A, because I answer all the questions. I'm new to cleaning, Aitabo. I'm new to cleaning. I'm so grateful. What I'm noticing is that I clean, I'm going through cycles where things feel very heavy. Is this a form of process of stirring up memory? Not necessarily. Sometimes it happens, but not necessarily. I just don't want you to say, some people say it could be that it gets worse. Some people go through, sometimes you have to go through the tunnel to see the light. Yes. Part of letting go, part of cleaning, part of making room, for whatever is right and perfect to come. So, but not necessarily, not everybody's going, but we all have our ups and downs. We all have our times of doubting this works or it doesn't work. We never know if things are because of Hooponopono or not. We don't know what could have happened. But if it feels right, just keep going, just keep trusting, keep letting go and trusting. Okay, because it really works. Okay, I invite you to do this. Okay, so again, if you feel like it, you can see also, I'm going to put here, if you go to mabelkatz.com / no, that's Spanish, / member, okay, mabelkatz.com / member. The live class will be Friday, this coming Friday, the 25th, and you get the recording. If you cannot be live, it's gonna be at 12 noon Los Angeles time, okay? 9 p.m. here in Spain, and I don't remember. Croatia has the same time as Spain, and Serbia have the same time as Spain, yes? I don't remember that, but I think so. Okay, so thank you, Mary. Okay, do you remember how to do the Hooponopono cleaning, breathing, cleaning, breathing hat? So we put our back straight, feet on the floor, these 3 fingers together, okay? But then we interlock it to form the infinity sign, okay? And we put it on our legs or wherever is comfortable to you. If you are in a safe place, I'm gonna invite you to close your eyes. And the way we do this cleaning is we breathe and we count only. We don't repeat anything, okay? So as I'm inhaling through the nose, I count 7. So I inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I hold my breath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I hold my breath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one time. We do that 7 times. And when you finish, maybe you want to open your eyes. Go. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Sharon says, I love hearing about this experience, Mabel. Thank you for sharing. We don't know what anything is going to look like, even though we hope it looks this way. Gets down to trust. No, not stay serious. Exactly, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you. Not don't take things so seriously. We never know what it is. And again, if we become an observer and we don't put labels, good, bad, correct, incorrect, nice, ugly, or whatever, it's much easier. Okay. I hope you join our Hooponopono family. We have an amazing cleaning forum, and then you get the daily inspirational cards and my weekly quotes in the forum, and then a library with videos. What else you get? The weekly audios too. I record 2 weekly audios for you. The Q&A, like I said before, the theme, if you want to go directly to the Q&A, that is part of the membership, mabelkatz.com/QA. Okay, I hope to see you all there. Thank you, guys. I love you. I'm gonna say the piece of I, and I hope I remember how to say this one. Yes, we have the same time zone in Croatia. Thank you. Thank you. The peace of I. Peace be with you, all my peace, the peace that is I, the peace that is I am, the peace for always, now and forever and evermore. My peace I give to you, my peace I live with you. Not the world's peace, but only my peace, the peace of I. God bless you, guys. And I think I will see you next Saturday. I'll be able to do the live too from Mexico, Mexico City. Bye. Love you. Take good care of yourself, please. And do not engage with your emotions.